I was a newsman for over 30 years, and I liked being in the field. I was training somebody to do a report on a major accident and got hit and thrown into the windshield of a vehicle. Glass went into my body. I got MRSA. I came into the hospital a few months later, DOA. Just to make it sweet and simple and have it on record, I died 3 times. I'm saying that so you can understand the severity of it. So for 20 years, I struggled to be active in the community once again, in my church, with my friends. The only thing really allowing me to do that was the medications, the pharmaceuticals that the VA had me on. And I recognized how bad they were. They just masked everything to allow me to function for a couple hours out of every day. I hated it. So I started to detox myself 4 years ago off of all those medications, recognizing just how bad they are. And if you don't know this, Big Pharma does not make money off you being well. It's the opposite. And so when you get one medication, they give you another medication to take up the side effects for that medication, and on and on and on. This is why I got myself off those medications at great expense to me physically and mentally. So now I had this going on with the MRSA. I had severe PTSD from the military, severe anxiety, also from the military and from life. It happens. Lots of pain issues, all very real documented issues to justify all the medications they had me on. And I just knew there had to be a better way. When I got myself off of all those medications, it kept me down for 9 months, either in the hospital or bedridden. And I mean bedridden. 12 feet away is my restroom, and it was hard to make that. At the point I was able to actually get up and function somewhat, that is when I recognized that all those medications they had me on were to take care of or alleviate or mask, put a Band-Aid on all the very real things I had going on. I wanted to go all natural. I tried supplements. They did not work for me. Over the counter did not work for me. And so when I finally did start taking the NRF2, the Protandim, it was a game changer in a way that I can't really explain. For anybody that's ever been seriously ill before, that has been down in a bed where minutes seem like hours and hours seem like days and days seem like weeks, it's hard for someone to understand that feeling unless you've experienced it. And that's where I was at, a point of depression on top of everything else. At the point that I met this woman, who's now a friend of mine and an associate, I heard her saying things about oxidative stress. I asked, what is that? What is oxidative stress? And it's like the rusting of an old engine. In other words, it's age. Obviously, I'm an older guy, not an old guy. So it happens to all of us. Now, even though I understood the science behind it, it didn't mean a lot to me in the beginning. The further I went on, I understood more what it's doing, because it's reactivating your cells. So on a cellular level, it is actually rebooting your cells, the mitochondria in your cells, which is the engine of the cells, to make those cells now into healthy cells. And so even though we have to face the fact that aging causes oxidative stress, which means your cells are breaking down, it reverses that. And so you start to feel better. As I'd said before, I am feeling like I did 30 years ago. I'm not just saying that. My mind thinks that I am, and that causes me problems sometimes. But I know it was the Protandim that started to reignite things in my mind, in my circulatory system, in my nerve endings, in my body. My bilirubin count is normal for the first time in 22 years, and I have problems with my liver. That's where I was wounded. My anxiety level has come down to none. My severe PTSD is manageable. It's not a cure for everything that you have, but it certainly makes a difference. And I thought to myself, okay, which would I rather do? Take a pharmaceutical, which I know is bad for me, to make me numb, to ignore the pain that I have, the anxiety that I have, or other issues that I have? Or would I rather have something that is natural? And this is all natural, meaning I'm not going to go through withdrawals if I stop taking it. I'm just not going to want to stop taking it because of the way that it makes me feel. And what it's doing is making my entire body, my mind, my body, my very soul healthy again. And I don't know anybody that wouldn't love that. Now I understand that I hear it in the medical community. The oxidative stress is actually a buzzword that is really permeating throughout the medical community a lot. So they do understand what's taking place. This is a game changer, not just for myself, but it's something I would encourage any veteran, that's where my heart's at, to experience. There are many of us out there who are now being taken off of pharmaceuticals in the VA system, just to give you one instance, and they are suffering terribly. I wished I would have known about this before I detoxed myself, and I would not have gone through all that I went through. I would love to help as many veterans as I possibly could to do the same thing. I think they'll be grateful for that too. My experience, I've been on this for about 8 months now. That's all. I saw a major change in 10 days, but I had been completely detoxed off of everything for 9 months. So my body was ready. And 8 months down the line, boy, there's no way that I would stop taking it. For those of you that are on a lot of pharmaceuticals, and I deal with this all the time, I will tell them, because this is all natural, completely natural, no binders, no artificial coloring, no artificial flavoring. For legal reasons, I couldn't tell you that it was all natural unless it was completely all natural. It does not interact in an adverse way with any pharmaceutical, with any medication that you're taking. What it will do is it will reset your mind and your body to where you won't want to take them after you start taking this for a while. And I have watched one person after another, without even realizing they were doing it, get rid of all the medications they're taking. And I have to give credit to the Protandim for that. The Tri-Synergizer will speed things up a little bit. There's no doubt in my mind there either. But if that's what the concern is whether or not I can take this while I'm taking other medications, don't worry about it. It's not going to affect that in any way whatsoever. It's going to make you feel healthy again.